I love that I have my period boobs going.
I don't get bigger boobs in my period.
I do, but I wish they stayed. Like, I want to go to the surgeon and be like, these are the ones I want. I need to stay. Give me a shot.
Hi guys.
Hi, it's Nikki.
And Jade.
Today we're going to be doing a Get Ready With Me while we just chat about some dating conversations that's been going viral. B.Simone and, of course, Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Everybody seems to have something to say about that. So we're going to do our makeup and chat about it.
Yeah, I had no idea about this, but I did see the B.Simone one.
Do you have the edge control?
Yeah, great.
So basically Boosie got on the internet yesterday and was saying how people shouldn't praise Harvey for dating a bunch of guys. And then he got backlash for it, so he came back and doubled down on what he said and was saying basically if you're okay with what she's doing, then you're okay with your daughter having sex with 7 to 8 men. And people praise Lori, but clown women for holding down their man and staying with him through BS. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm like, first of all, it's a little boozy. Like,
but a lot of people agree with him, which is why it's getting big.
Oh, God. Well, whoever agrees with him is goofy. Look, it's a little boozy. Like, I thought his opinion went out the window with that whole, like, getting escorts for his 12-year-old son. Some shit he did like that last year.
Yeah, he literally was getting an older woman for his son. And people were defending that in the comments when I saw people was like, didn't you let your son get molested?
Right, so we should really not care about his opinion on women at all, for one. And two, who the hell is clowning women for having one man? Like, when did we start doing that?
I don't think he's saying that. He's saying for holding your man down. So basically, you should stay in a relationship, but being cheated on and mistreated things like that. So like, why would we praise women for being stupid, but then clown Harvey?
Okay, so one is a little boozy, and two, there was no logic. So why is this fucking news? Like,
because people literally agree. I think so many people have a problem with.
Wait, men or people?
People.
Ooh.
And so many people have a problem with Harvey, and I feel like one,
she's just dating. Like, that's what you do when you're
dating. That's what I'm saying. And people were like, and people always have, like, the fact that he even said that you are okay with what she's doing, you're okay with your child having sex with, or your daughter specifically having sex with 7 to 8 men in the span of 6 months is untrue.
Reaching.
That's untrue, because last year she was only linked to Future and Michael B. Jordan last year, and we didn't know about Michael B. Jordan until November. So that's only 2 men. So it's been like literally a couple of years, and she's only been linked to like 5 guys. Who was it? Like Trey Songz, Diddy's son, which we don't even know if it was true if she was dating Diddy's son, and then Michael B. Jordan and Future.
And it's like, okay, look, it is possible that she could have been passed around. I'm always saying that because Diddy was in the mix, and I have my thoughts on him. But
what's your thoughts on Diddy?
He just seemed like, I don't know, like when he was with Cassie, she just seemed like more of his sex slave than his girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, so it is possible that she did get passed around, but we don't know that for sure. So just looking at it at face value, she just looks like a girl who's dating. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. I think people don't understand the what dating means, because I think they think dating only applies to men. Like, women are just sitting around and men are the only ones who gets to date around until they find somebody they want to be with. I think we've been conditioned to feel like if a woman is dating multiple people, then she's a hoe.
And that's stupid. Like,
because the point of dating is to date around to find somebody you like. And I think people equate also with women that when you're dating, you're having sex. People equate dating with sex.
Right.
And that's not necessarily true, because everybody you date, you're not having sex with. You can go on 2 dates with somebody, never do anything sexual, and realize, okay, this ain't the person for me. But unfortunately, she's a celebrity.
That is how
so she get yeah, but she's a celebrity, so she get photographed with everybody.
Right.
Like, that's the only thing.
Right. And then also, anyone who disagrees, I don't think they understand how dating works. Like, I don't understand the point of being loyal to someone you just met. If you ever see those posts from, like, you know, silly girls on Instagram talking about some, oh, you need to get you a me, I'm loyal. How do you know you're loyal? You haven't met no one yet.
Exactly.
Like,
it's just this unrealistic thing. Like, women should meet one guy, and as soon as you meet him, you automatically got to be loyal to him and not talk to nobody else. And that's stupid,
because that's how you get into toxic relationships, and now all of a sudden your life is a Summer Walker song. Like,
exactly. And it's like, but men are actually allowed to date freely. Like, nobody's sitting here having this conversation like, oh, if you agree with Future, then you're okay with your son having sex with 7 to 8 men or women in a couple months, because people think that's okay. The problem
and in that case, that's not dating, that's fucking around.
Exactly. And they think it's okay when it's men, though. They're like, oh, that's what men do. Boys will be boys attitude. But when women do it, it's like, have some respect, da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, so I'm not allowed to date?
Honestly.
And I just think it's so funny how everybody's, like, coming at her neck. And then I feel like the women who are so gung-ho to, like, agree with this is weird, because being a pick-me does nothing for women.
At all.
All it does is just stagger us and make it even harder for us to just live like normal human beings.
And the nigga's still not picking your ass.
Exactly. Like, so you're doing all this to appease men's opinions just to further put this like lock on what a woman can and can't do. And I just think that's so weird. And I think a lot of it is jealousy as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because Lori Harvey is clearly a beautiful girl, and she's dating all these men that women want. And not only are she dating these men that women want, they're like claiming her. Like, people who never really claim women, people who disrespect women. She's in all type of songs. Like, people really want to be with her. Like, Michael B. Jordan is so private, and he's like posting her all like everywhere. Like, people don't like that. And I think what people fail to realize is Lori Harvey she's literally people's crush's crush. Like, she's born into money. Well, not born into money, but I mean, she is now, because she's Steve Harvey's daughter now. So she comes from a family of wealth. So obviously she's going to be around wealthy men. And then she's beautiful as hell. Like, she's gorgeous. That's undeniable. So why wouldn't a rich man or a celebrity want to date her? She's already got her own money, and she's beautiful.
And she's young.
Exactly. So it's like, she's your crush's crush, and that's why people are mad at her. Like, if Lori Harvey wasn't pretty, these men wouldn't be all on her like that. So I think it's just a lot of jealousy, and I don't understand why women do that, because hating on Lori Harvey ain't gonna make Michael B. Jordan want you.
This is true. This is hella true.
So I just don't understand. They're like, oh, Steve Harvey must be mad. I'm sure he's not. He's happy as hell. She finally got a good one. Like, I highly doubt Steve Harvey is mad that she's with Michael B. Jordan.
Wait, that's not his blood daughter. Why her name Harvey?
No, you know her mama. Now, her mama a whole nother story.
Oh.
She definitely is gonna have them kids' last name his last name.
Got it.
Yeah, so we need to go get into that. But I just think people just are hating at the end of the day, because like, clearly Michael B. Jordan, like her, he's very attentive. He knows that her favorite animal is a turtle. So what did he do for Valentine's Day? Shut down an aquarium so they can eat and see turtles and be underwater, and did all this stuff for her. So it's like, she's fine, right?
Not that don't sound like a past star woman to me.
Right, it sounds like somebody he really, really like and truly love, and y'all hating because women are used to dating men that don't like him. Because what, you're taught to date one person, and so that one person you meet, you try to cling to and force them to like you, and they don't even want to be with you. Instead of actually dating around like you're supposed to, because dating around is not equivalent to fucking around. If you actually date and find somebody who like you, maybe you'll be sitting in aquariums for Valentine's Day instead of sitting around hating on people and trying to clock what another woman is doing.
You have spoken nothing but facts today, girl.
Like, I'm just so confused. And like, for me, because like, I never ever, I used to be that person, like, only like talk to one person, only have eyes on them, don't even think about talking to somebody else. And I just feel like that was so dumb. Because for the first time in my life ever, and I'm almost 30, let me stop saying I'm almost 30, I'm almost 29.
There you go.
And this is the first time I've ever actually dated. And like dated multiple people and like actually seen what I like and don't like. And some of the dates are only one date, and I realize, okay, this person ain't for me, and I move on. And it is so much better because you realize you're not hung up on somebody. I'm not wondering like, oh, why didn't that one call me? Because guess what, I got 2 new dates with somebody different. And I can see who I really like, and you actually see who you have a connection with, and you can compare people on the same level. And what I mean by that is because most people, when you get hung up on one guy and you finally leave him and you start dating, you want to compare everybody to that person.
Yep.
And you romanticize it. When you're broken up with somebody, everything is romanticized. It was never that as good as you're thinking it was. So when you're dating multiple people and actually see who you like, you're comparing to people on a level playing field.
Right.
Like, you don't know any of them. And it's like, okay, well, this date was cool because I liked his conversation, or this date was cool because he was attentive. And you get to actually, like, think on a level playing field and not romanticize something from the past.
Right. Right, and I think more women need to separate, like you said, being a hoe of dating around. Like, it's really just trying to find what the hell you like so you're not stuck in something you don't want to be in, something that's not good for you.
Yeah, because I literally haven't been sexual with anybody I went on dates with at all. So for people to be acting like dating or multiple people is equivalent to being a hoe is just insane.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I literally haven't been sexual at all. I only kissed one of them after multiple dates. So
oh, that means you like the date.
I did, but it still wasn't like I'm still going on a date with somebody new.
Right.
I don't like him that much.
Right.
So my point is, that's the point, to like date around and see.
But yeah, also when you're kind of just focusing that much on someone like you just met, you kind of put unrealistic expectations on them.
Yep.
You start overlooking stuff that you don't want to overlook. Like,
yeah, just because you want to have somebody in that space. So yeah, I just think people, and I think the reason why men are so mad and so in her business is because men can't stand when women play their game.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, they're learning that this is how you really date. I don't like this shit because now we can't be dumb. Because now
Right.
she about to just leave. She ain't gonna stick around. And that's why he said that dumbass shit talking about some, but y'all want to clown the women who stick around.
Yeah, you should. Like, fuck you staying with a nigga that don't like you for.
Right, like that's dumb. Like, I saw this other post, the girl Jay Nice or whatever her name is, she was saying like, why do women laugh at other women's pain and da da da. People were in the comments like, yeah, this is so true. And it's like, well, because you set yourself up. So if you're doing clownery, it's funny.
Okay.
Like, it's like comedy. If you literally, the signs be there of who is trash or not, and y'all be sitting here fighting over the same dude and then want to be like, well, we all went through. Who is we?
Right.
Like, this is not French class. People love saying we all been through this. Like, some people actually love themselves enough to leave.
Hello.
And some people set standards. And I feel like if women thought like men, we would not be in this position, because women honestly have the power. If all women today started being like, you know what, if a nigga cheat on me, I'm literally gonna leave, and every single woman did that, guess how many men would stop cheating?
Right.
Because they only do it because they can, because people normalize it.
Right, and then just for clarification, I don't think all men cheat. But the ones who do are just fucking goofy, because a lot of them are doing it because they think that's what a man's supposed to do. But it's like, where'd y'all get that from?
Because they can get away with it. Look how society is. Like, I remember when Soulja Boy had said to me, he was like, cheating can't be the reason you leave me. Like, nah, cheating is little. Like, that can't be the reason you leave me. Like, what?
Little.
That is a huge reason. That is a reason.
Oh,
like,
because men be so hurt when a girl do it to them.
Exactly, because men actually put themselves first. Like, we can learn something from men. Men put themselves first. So they wouldn't tolerate being treated like crap. But it's funny that they tell us to do that.
You're right, because they're real big for ghosting on a girl that they don't like. Because I get that, it's a hot topic right now, like, oh, ghosting. But sometimes you do just have to sit and self-reflect and think about what it is about you that made the person ghost. Maybe they just didn't like you like that. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah. Because honestly, I just think women romanticize stuff. Like, so when I went on this weekend, like, it was a really good date, because it was a great conversation, and he had said something that stuck with me. So we were watching Poetic Justice. This was his first time seeing it. Yes, he's black. He just
I haven't seen it either.
Ooh, girl.
Well, I mean, I did, but like, I was like, how old was I when I came out? Like 5?
You know what? You definitely can see it. But anyway, so it's like in the beginning part when she's on the date with her boyfriend or whatever, and they're at the drive-in movie, and she asked him, because he kept trying to like have sex like everybody else at the drive-in, and she was like, why do you love me? And he was like, because you're fine as hell. And then he came back when he went to go get snacks, and he was like, you know why I love you? Because when I was in the jail, you wrote me all those nice poems, right? And so she got all happy and was ready to like, have sex with him. So the dude was like, see, that's women's problem, because both his answers were trash. He was like, that reason that he gave, that she wrote him letters in jail, that was selfish.
Yeah.
Like, that had nothing to do with her. It was just about him. He's like, when somebody asks why you love them, it should be about them. Like, oh, I love the way you care for people, the way that you are attentive to details, and
that is big fucking facts.
Yeah, he was saying that. He was like, but his honest answer was that she was fine as hell. He just seen that she didn't like it, so then he tried to switch it up. He's like, but that was his honest answer. And he was like, but the problem is that women literally will dive in deep because they love the idea of love, that they don't care who is with.
You know what? I love whoever you went on that date with. First of all, I'm glad he said that, because a lot of black movies are toxic. Like, let's be real. Like, Baby Boy, toxic as fuck, and
Love and Basketball,
toxic as fuck, and
oh, yeah, you thought that
and BET should have the nerve to play both of those movies on BET like it's fucking, like, oh my god, that is so bad for the community. Like, they used to play like every fucking weekend,
yeah,
when we were kids, and now look at us. Now we're talking about how we're all screwed up with dating. I blame BET. Two, the reason why I love that he said that is because it's very true. Like, when I'm dating someone and they try to tell me, like, way too quick, oh, I like you, I'm like, it's kind of a red flag for me, because one, you don't know me, so how can you really, like, make that
I feel like that's situational, because you can spend like 3 days in a row with somebody and really love something about them.
True, but then if I'm like, okay, why, and their answers are stuff like, oh, right, or their answers are because I feel so calm when I'm with you, but I'm like, okay, that's great that, you know, I do that for you, but that's nothing to do with me. And usually the people who give me stuff like that don't really like anything about my character.
Exactly. They like what you can do for them.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it selfish. So, yeah, so he said that, and he was like, yeah, that's what I try to tell my sister all the time when she sit here and complain about these men. It's like, okay, but you're the one that's diving in deep with these people without actually trying to get to know them, because people are so obsessed with just being in love.
Right. But okay, and for that I blame pop music. Okay, because I personally haven't been in a lot of relationships and stuff like that, so I don't relate to a lot of like R&B and pop.
Same.
But it really concerns me the way these songs describe love. I get it that love is a drug and they have to market it that way, so you want to keep buying their music. Love is a drug, I gotta keep buying this music. So it describes love like, I'm nothing without you, you complete me, I can't breathe without you. All that sounds toxic as fuck. Like, that should not be the definition of love to me, you know?
I just think it's also just the way we're taught, because women are just taught that your goal is to be a wife. Like, I can't stand when people try to use an insult. Like, once they get married, they start acting like they better than you women.
Like, oh, who got the ring?
Yeah, like, men don't do that. You ever notice men don't do that? They don't like, well, I'm a husband. Women use wife as like it's a personality trait.
Right.
They be like, I'm a wife. Like, I can't.
What does that mean? And you know what? Moms do that kind of shit too.
Yep.
Like, I know more than you. I'm a mom.
Yep.
And what does that mean?
I cannot stand that. That's why it's uncomfortable when friends like get married or have kids, and then they start disconnecting from their other friends because they put this hierarchy like they're better because they are married or have kids, when half the time their like status don't even be a good one.
Well, that's because we're millennials and we were taught from Disney that the goal of life is to get paired off and have a house.
That's not just from Disney though, that's the world, what they teach women. That's what women have been taught, and that's why men don't have the same goals.
But you know what's so funny? We're gonna see that shift. Maybe not Gen Z, but maybe the generation after them, because now we're being shifted towards a single person unit instead of families.
Yeah.
And a lot of like futuristic shows try to like warn us about that, but I don't know. I wonder if it will happen while we're alive or not.
I don't know, but I don't like this narrative that only men are allowed to date, and if women date, they're a hoe, and that women are supposed to stick around when you cheat and things like that, and if you want to leave him for cheating, then you ain't loyal, and da-da-da-da, and I just will never understand why women even allow that. Because if we literally band together and say, no, dating is not a gender thing, everybody can date, and shut that shit down, we wouldn't be where we're at. But the problem is that too many women, like he said on the date, are just in love with the idea of love, and because we're taught that the end goal is to get married, then women value men's opinion more than women. Like, have you ever noticed if you give your friend advice, like your girlfriend advice, she don't listen to you, but then she'll talk to a guy, he'll say the same thing, and all of a sudden she understands it?
Because from you, she wanted to just hear what she wanted to hear.
You know, because girls value guys' opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if a man says it, like, oh, then it's right.
You know that Derek, what's his name? Derek John, some shit like that? The nigga that's always, like, giving women advice about how to think like a man.
Yes.
Okay, so you know he's just doing the Steve Harvey thing. Like, he ain't trying to help women at all. He's saying a bunch of shit they should already know and just propping off the fact that, like, you know, it sounds good. Like, right. So I don't know, like, having shit like that don't help. But
speaking of him, he actually was talking about the B.Simone thing. So basically what happened with B.Simone is she was saying, so I'm actually going to play it
She was saying some real shit. I know that much.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So she was saying, right. So she was saying some real shit, and so he was on her side, but a lot of women were mad. So I saw the perfect comment, because at first that goes back to what I was saying, like, women don't like to hear it coming from a woman. Mm-hmm. If Chris Brown would have said that, all these girls would have been like, yes.
Even though he should not be giving no one relationship advice.
He should not, but they would have been on that if it would have been Chris Brown. They definitely would have been on it, because women want to hear it from another man. If it's coming from a woman, they feel attacked. They want to compare. They want to be pick-me's. Like, it's just...
But what she said was facts, because, okay, as much as women like to complain about men, one, not all men are bad, and two, a lot of women are bad. Like, if you hear men complain about women, like, it'd be some points. But again, not all women are like that. But what she said was true, because a lot of broke-ass women are out here talking about, oh, my man gotta have 6 figures. Why?
Right.
Like,
but I feel like that goes both ways, because men be like, oh, my girl gotta have a bomb-ass body.
And she gotta do this. Fucking cereal box.
Exactly. So I actually saw this comment by Jessie Wu that I want to read, because it was perfect. She said, I think my problem with the dating advice is that it's always geared towards shrinking certain black women specifically. Other women get to be mediocre as hell and still get saved. Meanwhile, black women aren't afforded the same luxury. Then we're told we're going to die alone because we're too strong, educated, and too independent.
I feel like her point changed twice in that statement, but okay.
I feel like her point is so valid, because the reason why I think people were, like, offended by B.Simone is because it's always what women got to do to keep the men. And even though she had valid points, because I definitely agree with her, it's just that nobody's talking to these men. You see how Boosie was quick to, like, jump on Lori Harvey, but where is he when Future do this shit?
I think that's the point I lost when I was talking about that Derek dude. Like, he's profiting off of just saying some bullshit to women, but we're not the ones who need all this advice.
Right. And it's like, why? Like, it's just crazy, because, like, why are y'all talking to us only? When a lot of these men, the percentage, yes, it's a lot of women that's trash, but the percentage is not equal to the amount of women that are trash.
Maybe in your universe, in my universe, but girl, there are some women out there.
I feel like in general, if you put how many men are trash compared to how many women, I don't think it's going to be equal.
You haven't met no women who were raised by City Girls and Cardi B.
No, I definitely have.
Okay, girl, they out there, like...
They definitely are, but I don't feel like they're the minority. I mean, the majority, like how men who ain't shit are the majority. That's the problem. It's very, very hard to find a good man. It's not hard to find a good woman.
I don't feel like it's hard to find either one, because I know a lot of great men, but have I dated any of them? No.
I don't know any great men that I would date.
Right, that I would date.
Right, because they're usually not great. They'll be like great, but then they're like a bum.
Or great, but short.
I don't care about that, as long as you're not like 5'2". You got to be my height. But they'll be like a great person, but then they're like a bum. And it's not that I'm like a gold digger, but if you're not trying to upgrade yourself, what? I know people who's been a bum for like 8 years. Then it's like, what are you doing?
I felt like I had like a strand of hair or something. Whatever.
And then men get so mad.
Sorry, men just stay mad nowadays.
They get so mad when women say they want somebody with money, but then their list is like never ending. They're like, I don't want a girl that wear makeup. I need her hair to be real, but it gotta be down to her butt. I need her to have a tiny waist. It needs to be 18 inches, but her ass needs to be 45 inches. Right. Her feet gotta be super pretty and all one color, but her skin without makeup gotta be one color, but underneath the eye gotta be highlighted. What happened? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
out of Laura. Wait. Wait. I keep shaking this bottle like...
It's something in there.
I need it to come out. I gotta get this sister off.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my god.
I just think their expectations are just way too high. And then if a woman says she wants somebody tall or with money, then all hell breaks loose. It's like, that's y'all problem. That's why you're going to be single forever. And it's like, whoa.
And you know what? And that's going back to the media. That's why I'm so sick and tired of all of these fucking movies that have not stopped about a black successful woman with a nice job that can't find no man.
That's always the scenario. Like, if you're successful and black
she
woman,
finds love at the end with the broke nigga that she was overlooking.
Yep, they always do that.
But the thing about that, they always make the broke nigga fine. Like, that's not real.
And that's not realistic. Because in real life, they don't be fine.
Hey, but you know what? Like, oh god, I remember I had a client, and you know, when you're doing someone's makeup and you're having a little girl talk, but I'm a bit professional, so I'm just doing a lot of yeah, girl, and this girl in particular was just complaining about this nigga the whole time. And you know, professionally, I can't be like, girl, what are you doing? So I gotta just listen to her. But she was going on and on about like how this nigga is like using her car and how he a bum and all this kind of shit. But she ended it with, but you know, he finally got a big dick. Go find you another finance nigga with a big dick that ain't doing all that shit.
That's
like
my biggest pet peeve when girls be like, oh, but it's his like penis is big, and it's like, you that dumb that you're willing to be treated like trash just for sex?
And big dicks be everywhere.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's not something fascinating that you just will never find again. That's just crazy to me. And that goes back to, I mean, if you don't respect yourself, well, how can you expect somebody else to?
That part.
Because if you're just there for sex, then how you mad that that's all he giving you? And sometimes people romanticize the sex because they want to be with that person so bad, and that's the only area that they're getting what they want. Like, he ain't texting you back, he ain't calling you, he ain't taking you on dates, so the only time you get him is sex. So that's why you thinking it's so great when it might not even be great.
Ooh, that part. Ooh, that.
Because people really be acting like it just be out of this world. Ain't no way in the world that somebody's sex is that good to where you are literally willing to be treated like absolutely.
I don't know, the way some of these girls be staying in toxic relationships, it may be some fire ass dick or whatever. Like, at least it better be. Like,
I feel like they literally just romanticize it because they're not getting him in any other area. So
and then also, which brings me to my next point, it may not even be that he's good at sex. Y'all probably had a physical connection and are ignoring it. Which brings me to my next topic. The obsession with being a savage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why this is cool. It'd be the most simp-ass motherfuckers trying to, like, play this fucking savage card. Like, so for the women who are actually dating around because they want to feel empowered and, you know, treat men the way that they were treated, now you're out here just being a fuckboy too. Like,
because, like, what's the point?
Basically just getting back at a nigga that treated them bad.
Yeah, but I'm like, they're doing it to men that ain't even the one who did them that way. So it's like, and now it's this never-ending cycle. And now he's going to treat the next girl like dirt, and then we just all out here complaining how this generation sucks.
Oh, I know, girl. I love meeting fuckboys. Like, it's great because they're so fucking transparent, and I don't know why girls can't figure them out. Like, I just be their friend, like, you know.
They're not even hard to figure out. They tell you their intention.
Thank you.
They literally
every time. Because whenever I got a homeboy, you know, who's a fuckboy, and he's showing me his phone, like, why is this bitch tripping? Like, I came at her real direct in the beginning and said it is what it is, whatever. But
women are obsessed with thinking they can change men.
Yeah. And then also, they're not the best people, so I have to stop and be like, are you sure you didn't do anything that made her think that, you know, it was something in there that made you soften up? But at the same time, you know what? It shouldn't matter. Actually, he told you right. He told you verbally that it ain't what it is, so just move on, girl.
But even with guys, I feel like their actions always tell you what they want.
Yeah.
They always, even if they don't say it, because men will lie in a minute just to get what they want, but they always will show you. But that just goes back to girls romanticizing small things because they're not used to being treated right or this pressure to only date one person at a time, so you got to take what that person is giving you, and it might not even be that great, but what you got to compare it to, because
Right.
society making you feel like a hoe if you want to talk to multiple people.
But then the girls who are doing it aren't doing it right with this whole savage obsession. Like,
What do you mean?
like when a girl like meets a guy that she likes, and just all like, no. What I mean is, girls will really do this whole thing. We're like, oh, like, yeah, he's cool, but I'm not really trying to, you know, be in a relationship right now. I'm just trying to have fun. Blah blah. Like, he don't mean shit to me. And it's like, sweetie, you've been lonely for how long? You finally find a nigga that you like, but you want to be a savage for what reason? It's like, and he's the only nigga you're fucking with, but you're talking about you want to have fun right now? Like,
Yeah, I don't get it. I feel like for good guys and good girls, I feel like they pick the wrong partners, and that's why you hear men that complain about the women who are trash, and then women who complain about the men who aren't trash, because there's so many good women out there. Just in general, how many women do you know that are good more than bad? That's what I'm saying.
and I know a lot of like niggas who are like just genuinely like cool
Right,
fucking people.
but then who the type of people they like? The complete opposite that are wrong for them. Because men always be like, well, women aren't shit, da da da
No,
da. But
women
then
do like it, shit.
right, but they be liking the like baddies and the ones that's gold diggers, and then complain about that's all the women want. It's like, but look who you choosing. So, and the same thing can be said about women.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just not enough people in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now. It's just literally not enough people in the middle. And then I think shallowness plays a part, because with Instagram and media, everybody want their bae to be looking good and this and that. They want to stunt on people, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. But something to me that was such a turn off on one of my dates. I was on a date with this one guy, and then he was saying like, he's like, yeah, I'm shallow. And that was just such a turn off to me. It's like you're in your 30s and your looks is still the top priority.
And that plays along with the whole we're old as fuck and still obsessed with being a savage. That's like in that same boat.
Yeah, it's like, how are you in your 30s and your main goal is still to just only be with somebody fine? Like, that's all you care about. Because we were like talking about The Bachelor. Mm-hmm. And the one main girl who just came out for like being racist or whatever, he's basically saying he would still pick her because she's fine.
I mean, that's how that goes. Like, I've had friends, you know, some girlfriends where I'm just all like, this whole crazy as fuck. However, she'll go far in life because she's fine.
Yeah, and that's usually how it is. I mean, pretty privilege is a thing. You don't even have to have a talent or anything nowadays if you're beautiful.
They don't even know they're crazy because it always gets overlooked.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, and the thing about men though, they treat women based on how they look. Like, if they don't think you're attractive, they'll treat you like shit.
Yeah.
And then if they think you're attractive, they'll overlook
everything.
your, like, literally everything. And that's the sad part.
Right, because I've been there where I was with my homegirl talking with some guys, and she said a lot of like wild ass shit, and she thought that she was getting through to them because he was being really attentive, like, oh, I understand you, like, oh, y'all shut up, like, keep going. Mm-hmm. And I had to tell her later, he didn't fuck with a goddamn thing you said, girl. He was trying to make sure that you still wanted him later, and he didn't. Like,
yeah, it's just crazy. And that sucks. And then what I learned too from dating is like, men will literally not want to be with you but still be down to have sex with you. And women, if they want to be friends, we're not just out here fucking our friends. And that's the thing. I don't think so. You have to be attracted to them or want to or desperate. But for the most part, when you friend zone somebody because you don't want to be with them, you don't want to just have sex with them.
I'm a little different in that aspect.
No, you're a little different.
Yeah.
But most women, I feel like, aren't doing that. But men literally know they don't want to be with you and then still want to have sex with you.
Well, yeah, because you're still fucking them. Like, that's gonna happen.
No, if you've never had sex with them. I literally went on a date with a guy, and he basically, the second date, he was saying he didn't want to be with somebody bougie because he's trying to call me bougie. Mm-hmm. And then later on, I was like, oh, cool, perfect, because I only wanted to be friends with him. So we're like literally on the same page. I was so excited. And then later on, he was trying to have sex. And I'm like, you basically just said you didn't want to be with me because I'm bougie. So you insulted me, and then you thought I was still going to want to have sex with you. Like, no, you just said you wanted to be friends. I'm so confused.
Well, no, he didn't say he wanted to be friends. He just said you're bougie.
No, he said he wouldn't date somebody bougie. He specifically said he basically wanted to be friends because he could be friends with somebody bougie, but he don't want to date anybody.
Some people can fuck with friends, like, you know.
I just think that's weird that a lot of men have no intention of being with you, but they want to fuck.
Women are like that too, shit.
I don't think it's as much. I don't think we have sex with our friends as much. I definitely disagree. I don't know women who out here just smashing all their friends. If they do, they're those group of women that you were talking about earlier. Because those ones that I know,
savage, yeah.
Yes, because I know a lot of women like that, and those are the only women I know who is having sex with their friends, and they love calling them bro. That's my bro, and I'll be like, as soon as I hear a girl say that, I'll be like, they're smashing.
No. If I'm calling a nigga bro, that's the bro. But I don't say that I fuck friends, but I'll be friends with someone I'm fucking, if that makes sense.
Yes, but that's a difference. But let's say you going on a date because you're looking to date somebody, and you're like, this person ain't for me. And
yeah, but I still want to fuck. Like, okay, can't use you for relationship, but I can use you for that. Like, I just.
But you just said you would use them for that. Yeah. But that's like, but if you don't want, if you want a relationship though, you would still try to have sex with them.
Well,
if you don't want to be with them,
I would still fuck them and look
for somebody else.
Yeah, like.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. Because, like, look, when I go out with someone, I'm not, like, on the date, like, oh, is this the person I'm going to marry? I'm just all like, oh, let me see where they fit in my life. They may be a friend, maybe a fuck buddy, they may be a boyfriend, they may, you know, be a business partner. Like, you know? Yeah. But if I meet with someone, I'm like, hey, I'm physically attracted to them.
Right, but if you're not physically attracted to them.
Oh, then no, that's out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because for me, when I date, I think the same thing. That's why I wasn't. That's why I went on the second date, because I'm like, we can still be friends, business partners, something.
I know what you mean, but I kind of agree with men. Not agree. Not agree. I understand men with the whole like, yeah, not super attracted to her, but she cool. Mm-hmm. You know, like I can fuck. I get it.
See, I don't get it. Because I'm not out here trying to have sex with people I just want to be friends with, and I know I don't want to be with, and if I'm not really that attracted to them.
I just feel like, you can do whatever you want with your friends, and that's what y'all want to do.
But we ain't even friends. I don't know this nigga.
Right.
Like, that's the thing. We're not friends.
Sorry, fuck buddy.
You're saying that.
But y'all can grow into friends, okay? Wow. Like, that's just how y'all friendship started.
It depends on the person.
I don't feel like getting an eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna just use all this shit.
Well, I'm done. I don't have anything else to do.
Spray my shit. You done as fuck.
I need to do my hair. I should get the straightener.
Yeah. Go get the straightener. Talk.
I think you agree with men in that sense because that's your personality. I don't think the average woman is like that.
Girl, if I had $1 for every time I've been called a nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can agree on that aspect, because women, if they're barely attracted to somebody, and I don't want to call it a sympathy date because that's rude, but you go on the date anyway, and then you're like, okay, I can see this person as a friend, so you continue to hang out with them as a friend. Yeah. I'm not fucking you. Like, I'm not, because I just already in my mind you're friend zone.
Right. I don't have but the reason why men stay in that is because sometimes those same women have a breaking point. Like, you know what? I need some dick. I don't do that shit, but I know girls who do.
Yeah, I know people who do that too, but this is the wrong one. I have not been having sex, and it's been a really long time. So.
And none of these men you went out with, you want to do it with?
Not really, no.
Why?
Well, the first guy, so the one who kept calling me bougie, he was a no-go from jump, because that was my first time in life experiencing the divide between like Africans and Black Americans, because he was African, and I think he was disappointed because he thought I was Jamaican, because on my profile was talking about where to get oxtails and things like that. So when he first met me, he's like, oh, you're not Jamaican, and he just seemed disappointed, and then he would say little slick remarks. So we were talking, and he was like, oh, how many languages do you know? And I was like, just one. And he was like, Americans. And it's just like,
oh no, island boys be like that.
Yes, and this is like, what the fuck?
No, island boys are like that, because like, girl, I remember like being at Caribbean clubs and shit, and because like, I would do modeling with some Hollywood Carnival bands, And some men will come up to me and like not even ask, just what part of Trinidad are you from? And I'm like, oh my nigga, I am African American, and I can just see the interest like melt away from his face as he walks away.
Right, they instantly like don't want to talk to you no more, and it's like, well, damn.
Right, like,
and it's like they have this negative opinion about Americans, and I've literally never experienced that. I know that some like Black Americans probably feel some type of way about Caribbean people. I've never experienced that. That's never been my experience, and I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen, because it probably does. But just off rip, the just negative stereotype towards Black people coming from a Black person is crazy to me. So he was doing little things like that, and then like I said, I wasn't even attracted to him. So let's start there. I was barely attracted to him. I started.
Why'd you want to date?
So on the app, I feel like most of the people on the app I'm not going to be attracted to. I feel like that's just what it is. So I start swiping on people who seem like they have a good personality based on how they answer their questions and based on their job. Oh, okay. Like to see if we have the same interests, like work-wise, just to build connections.
Oh girl, I didn't have the best experience on Hinge either. I had that shit off for like less than a month.
Yeah, I'm just not taking it serious this time, and that's why I'm actually having a good time dating. Like, he probably was the worst story out of all of them, because the rest of the dates have actually been good. But the one where the guy said he was shallow, I wasn't interested in having sex with him, because he's white, and the thing that he said that bothered me, because I don't mind dating outside my race, you know me, I don't care about stuff like that. I'm not feeling like I have to be with a Black man, but he said something that just made me feel like his family was racist, because we were talking about Britney Spears, and he was like, right, we were talking about Britney Spears, and he was like, I would have to hear the other side of the story, like Justin Timberlake's side of the story, before he passed judgment.
What'd he do?
Like, you know when they broke up and Justin did the whole like Cry Me a River video about her, and he was doing interviews like telling people that she wasn't a virgin no more because they had sex, and that like was ruining her image at the time. Yeah, so he was like, I need to hear both sides of the story, and then he was like going on that like, yeah, I'm the person that has to hear both sides. You can't just hear one side, and I agree with that to an extent. But I feel like it just reminded me of what white people say when Black people get shot. Like, oh, I have to hear the whole story first. Sometimes you don't need to hear the whole story first. Like, because some things are just too extreme.
Taking that deep.
What was the way the conversation went? That was uncomfortable for me. The way he was saying it and the way he was talking, it sounded exactly like how people talk when people get shot by the police. Like, his verbiage was exactly the same, and it just was triggering. And I just didn't like that. Because certain things you definitely don't need to see. Like, to me, like that 9-year-old girl who got pepper sprayed in the back of the car, I don't need to know what she did to know that you didn't have to pepper spray her.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Nothing you can say can justify that.
Oh, well, that's completely different. Y'all was talking about like some celebrity shit.
No, I understand, but I'm saying the way he went in detail about it was very Karen-ish, is my point. And it made me feel very uncomfortable. Like, I just didn't like it at all. And then he still did it throughout the conversation with that whole girl from The Bachelor who came out with the racist stuff. It was always like an excuse for somebody doing some bullshit. And I just was like, getting real Karen. What would be the man name for it? Ken?
Nah. I'm trying to think
Brad,
of like,
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to think of what kind of man be like calling for the manager and shit, you know?
Yeah, but that's what the vibes I was getting. Because it's like, why do you even have an excuse for this girl doing racist stuff? And talking about you would still choose her anyway because she's fine. I was like, whoa, okay. So I just felt uncomfortable. And I was like, it just didn't sit well in my spirit.
I know, it's really sad how important looks are. I say that as we're like doing a whole makeup and hair video, but it's so sad. I mean, I get it. Like, people are inherently visual people, so it's like...
And that's fine. I'm not saying looks shouldn't be important, but when it's the most important, that's what makes it sad to me.
But, girl, it's so important. Like, how much money women spend on, like, plastic surgery and the beauty industry, like...
Right, but it shouldn't be the most important thing when dating, to me. I just don't understand how that makes sense. And then he kept mentioning my looks, and I was like, I feel like you don't even care to get to know me. Like, you're just on this date because you already said you're shallow and you think that I'm pretty.
And sometimes it be like that. Like, I can tell when I'm out with someone who just likes the way I look, because, you know, I have very what's it called, unpopular opinions, the truth. And
Can I have one of those?
And that just makes some people angry, and I have no idea why. But they'll just
not unpopular opinions, the truth.
Right. But like some people I talk to, like they'll like chastise me for that, and I have no idea why. But then still like be with me, and just all like, but why?
Yeah, no, like I'm a person, like I love to have conversation, so I don't like people to just always disagree. I think it's good to have healthy conversation, but there's certain things that we can't disagree on, like racism.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not, like, no.
Yeah, and it's like I don't have to agree with everything, you know, the person I'm dating says, or vice versa, but I just feel that a lot of people don't know how to have conversations. People right now are too sensitive, and it's so fucking annoying. Like, you can disagree and still be friends. You can disagree and still be civil. Like, you don't have to attack the person or feel attacked just because you hold different opinions. And then people love to do that on topics that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yep.
Like, it's so annoying seeing...
Pretty.
Thank you, Mama. Do I even need coffees? Like... it's so annoying seeing people on Facebook arguing about politics, and you know neither one of the motherfuckers know a goddamn thing about it. Your makeup looks so pretty.
Thank you. But no, I think they just spew out headlines. They just hear a headline and they have an opinion on it. But yeah, so that's why that date rubbed me the wrong way. But I definitely was open to go on a second date with him. I think the deal breaker for me was I was asking him what his like intent was with dating, and he just like just to meet people, and I just feel like he just wanted to have sex. And I'm like, yeah, I'm at a point in my life where I'm actually looking to date to be in a relationship. And it's like, it's fine if you're in your 30s and you want to date to just date, but that's also weird to me if you want a family and you're still dating just to date.
He probably just hasn't rehearsed that question, because unfortunately that's something you have to do. My battery's about to die.
The deal breaker for me was when he when I asked him what his intentions was for dating, and it seemed like he just was only looking for sex. And that was a deal breaker for me, because I feel like, I mean, you can do what you want. There's no age limits to things, but if you're in your 30s, to me, especially like mid 30s, and you're saying you want a family, then why are you dating just to have sex?
Because not everyone you date you're gonna want to build a family with, but at the same time you still have a sexual need. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
But I think he should have rehearsed his "what are you looking for" question, because I've found out that's something you gotta rehearse. Like,
why do you have to rehearse?
I'm never prepared for that question.
I'm always prepared because I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm dating to, like, if somebody's asking me why am I dating, I'm dating to find somebody to be with. It's that simple. If you dating to fuck, then we're just not on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, like, I do understand it because that's fine. I don't understand it if you're saying you want a family and things like that, and you're already in your mid-30s, because it's like, yeah, men don't have a clock like women, but when the hell are you going to be dating seriously then? When you're, like, you're in your 40s or what? Like, I'm just confused. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, that was interesting to me, but it was also a deal breaker because we're just on two different wavelengths. I'm not dating to have sex. I'm not even having sex right now, so that just was not an option. So.
Well, I hope one of these things go out if you want to fuck.
Well, it's still not going to happen. Like, I'm not having sex with somebody until I'm in a relationship. Yeah, so. Okay,
well, I hope one of these men gets out if you want to be with. Because...
So yeah, so he was a deal breaker for that. So the African guy was a deal breaker because that was interesting, and then that guy for me was a deal breaker. The one who actually had the good conversation, who said about women diving deep. We actually spent, this was my first time, we didn't really spend Valentine's Day together, but he was at my house for like almost 10 hours from the night before into Valentine's Day, and that probably was the funnest time I ever had in general with anybody, because it was just so simple. Like, we watched like 5 movies. He's a musician, so we listened to like music, and he was teaching me about how you could tell if somebody is on key and pitch, this, that, and the third.
I like him.
I don't like him that much. Don't get too excited. Because he's a musician again, so they try to do this "oh, I'm so busy" thing.
Gotcha.
So I feel like it was just a good vibe, and that's why he stayed so long.
10 hours with you.
And I haven't heard from him since. Valentine's Day was Sunday, where it's Wednesday.
So he playing game.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think it just honestly was a good time because people expect me to be one way and then they find out that I'm not, and I think they're genuinely surprised.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I feel like I'm a fun person. Like, I feel like I'm fun, I'm cool, I'm chill, and people don't see that. They think I'm like boring, bougie, and all this other stuff. So I think it genuinely was just a good time and good conversation because I didn't even know that he was there for that long. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then it started, my meditation music started playing at 6 a.m. And that's when I was like, whoa, what's happening? And I was like, I was 6 in the morning, so.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
So you had a good Valentine's Day.
I mean, it was only until 6 in the morning, then he left and I went out with my friends.
I did. We did all this complaining about complaining about dating. I actually had a very good Valentine's Day.
Ooh, you did? What happened?
Did.
Let's hear it.
Well, we were both working on Sundays, so.
I love these lashes. I kind of want to. Can I switch? Can I put on? No.
So we celebrated on Thursday. And we went to Morton's to eat.
Ooh.
Gave each other presents.
Who is this person?
A girl I've been going out with for a little bit.
Okay, I thought it was a nigga.
No. But don't let that stray you from my point that there are good men out there.
I really want to change. I like these lashes.
Yeah, those are the ones I got a good deal on. They're from my homegirl. Her website is Shop Noble Woman.
Can I wear one?
Sure. Because like, you can get a 5-pack for like $20.
Okay, I'm about to get. Because those look. Sorry, I'm switching. Cause,
Yeah, you on camera, girl.
Cut that out. Let me switch, cause.
But no, those ones look really nice.
But these are like, they look so good on
This is
your
probably the
eyes.
best I've ever seen you do your makeup. What the hell?
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay, I haven't put on glue in a minute. These are all the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't put on glue in a minute because your girl been rocking the Glamnetics for a year.
And I'm sure it's
Or
been
Glamnetic.
so nice.
You said what?
And I'm sure it's been so nice.
It has been a relief to not have to do glue. You cut yours. Oh, you took my mirror.
All that.
I don't think I need to cut it because I got big eyes.
I know. What's taking me so long was I had like a little piece of glue in my inner corner and trying to get rid of it. I'll worry about that later. Anyways,
But oh my gosh, so you and her went out and that seemed like it was super fun.
It was.
See, I still haven't had a real Valentine because I went out with my friends and we just like went out after that.
Right. So we did all that on Thursday since we were both working on
Sunday.
On Sunday. But then on Sunday we both ended up getting off work early. But my homegirls wanted to have a Valentine's Day. So I went to go see her before I went to my friend's house, and we're like, so we're both together on Valentine's Day. Like, we could have tonight, but I went out with my friends.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I went with my friends. We had a little Valentine's Day thing. It was cute. Just play games and drink.
That's so cute.
Where did those Q-tips go?
They're right here. Right in your cup.
Okay. So I'm all like...
And then I was supposed to have a date yesterday, and I kind of was being a little bitchy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting my period in like a couple days. But he had said that he wanted to go out for drinks, and that's an automatic red flag to me because they always want to go out for drinks near their house, which is exactly what he wanted. And I was,
because that's what they take every girl.
well, no, because they want to try to get you drunk or tipsy and be like, oh, I live right here, let's go chill, and then try to, yeah, I'm not for that. So, I was like, I don't drink whenever that happens. What happened?
Did I put the wrong... Oh, you took... Oh, my bad. You took that one. I was like,
Yeah,
put the wrong eye on.
So, usually when that happens, I'm like, I don't drink. Because, yeah, no.
Very smart girl.
So he's like, okay, well, we can go out for food, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he never tells me a place or anything. We just had the time and the date. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hit him up the day of. He can let me know since he wanted to do this. Oh, wow, I haven't done glue in a while. This is actually kind of hard. It's, like, not dry. But, whoa. This glue is not the business.
Gotta be dry.
I know, I thought I knew.
This could be a whole Glamnetic ad now.
Okay, let's try this again. But yes, I told him I don't drink or whatever, and then we only had the time. I know, we only had the time and the day, and I was like, okay, he needs to tell me where we're going, because like what? So the day of, he's like, we still kicking it today? And I was like, yeah, it's 6 or whatever. And he's like, okay. So he sends me the place. I was like, you never told me the place. He sends me the place, and it's the wine. It's like a wine bar.
Okay.
I mean, not a wine bar, like a winery. So you only there to drink. That's
Right.
still near his house. And I was like, oh, I thought we weren't drinking. I thought we were going to get food. And he's like, oh, yeah. So where do you want to eat? And then it turned into me having to plan the date. And I just was like, yeah, no. Because it just got too complicated. Because I was like, okay, well, I like seafood. Near your house, there's no places that I like to eat. Because it's like in the arts district where there's a lot of like vegan stuff. Like type of food I don't
You should
eat.
have gave him a chance.
No. Like, you should have had it planned. Like, I hate planning.
At least he had the day and the time. I gotta get that nigga credit for that.
I did the time.
Oh.
So he only
Okay.
had the day
Never mind.
because I also
Okay,
gave
never
the
mind.
schedule. Exactly. So it's like,
Never
you
mind.
asking me out. Me saying yes is me being nice because I already don't want to go.
But you know what? That right there is what would make me cut a nigga off. Like, without getting to know him. Because why do men do this shit? They'll say they want to go out with you, but then don't plan it.
And then I got to plan it. Like, no.
Or, like, just give me a date and a time. Like, that's all I ask of you. Like...
And then it just got too complicated because I was like, okay, let me not be mean. Let me pick a place. And he like, oh, I don't eat seafood. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to go get food. We could do this again. Like, nah. I'm over it.
Right, because you said, I don't drink. He still picked the drinking place. He says, oh, I don't eat seafood. Now he wants to be accommodated.
Right. Like, no. I'm good. I don't want to go no more.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at. I was like, I don't want to go no more. It's caught me in the wrong time of the month. I'm not as patient right now. So yeah. And then the guy, Mr. Shallow, we were supposed to go on a second date today, but I make my intentions clear. I won't lead somebody on. If I'm over it, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I feel like I got two of the same side. Don't these look like both left eyes? That's okay, I'm gonna do this.
You have some lashes. I mean, because you know, it took me a while to like the dramatic ones.
I know, but they look so good on you. I don't even know if they're gonna look the same on me. I'm just thirsty.
I know, it's just a lot. And then I'm also not used to weave. Like,
Okay, so this is not dry enough.
it should be tacky.
People say that. I don't know what that means.
I was just here to say I don't know what that means.
Like, when I put it on. But yeah. So we'll see. Have more dates. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're dating.
I'm glad I'm dating too, because I'm like, I have no expectations, and I think that's the best part, because I don't get disappointed by people. Like, I haven't heard from the guy after the 10-hour date, and I'm not really that disappointed, to be
On
honest.
to the next nigga.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, I got other dates. Like, it is what it is, because that's what dating is. He probably... Ooh. Okay, girl, it's not turkey. I don't know what's happening. Gotta concentrate, guys. Sorry. And it's crazy because it's like as soon as I got good with glue, I started using Glametics, and now I'm not good with glue anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just excited to meet the one person that I am gonna like dating, just because I be wanting to have phone conversations and text somebody all day.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me come back for this one. How do you feel about constant communication?
I need constant communication. I don't need to see you every day, but I need
Why
to
are
be-
women like this?
I don't think that's a women thing. That's a human thing. Because if you can go 24 hours without talking to me, I don't want to talk to you.
Not 24 hours, but like, okay, I get the checking in daily thing. I'm cool with that.
Right, that's
It's
what I'm
the
saying.
constant communication, like
Oh, that's what you mean by constant.
Like,
no, I mean checking
texting
in.
and calling like all day. Like, it's
No,
cute.
that's not. That's annoying. I have a busy, demanding job. You're not calling me every day, all day.
Right, and I just don't like being on my phone that much.
I love being on the phone, but like not. No. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think an all day, every day is necessary. But I definitely need you to check in, because if you can go a whole day without talking to me or thinking about me, it's a problem. Especially when it's new, you should be excited.
Yeah, I'm more of a checking kind of person.
Yeah, because we should be seeing each other anyway.
Huh?
I said we should be seeing each other anyway.
That
so
part.
it shouldn't be a lot of unnecessariness anyway. So hit me up. Hey, I'm busy today, but what you doing Friday?
I don't feel like going to get my lipstick, so I was just throwing out my client bag.
Okay. Ooh, I feel like I need more bottom lashes. Do you have the mascara? Thank you. Do you have a little thingy? So all in all, I do enjoy dating.
That's good.
I think women should be allowed to date without being chastised for it.
And women should date around without trying to be a savage.
Exactly. And I think people should mind their business, because what works for you, no, seriously, what
Honestly,
works for you might not work for somebody else.
Right.
Like, I don't have sex with my friends, but some people do. Like, like I don't think in my 30s I want to be dating just to have sex with new people, but some people do.
You know what? I love all those motherfuckers who doing that shit. Like, yes, the party has stopped.
It depends. Like, if you're like just got divorced or something like that, or things like that, then I'm like, yeah, live your life. But I think if you're trying to, your intent is to start a family at some point, then what are you doing?
Having fun.
Man, you can have fun with intention.
You're right.
That's my biggest problem, the not having intention. So.
Oh, did we spray our face?
No.
I like this hair in its natural state when I'm not wearing makeup, because I just feel like when it's all curled and done up, like, I just feel unfinished. But now that I got my face beat, now I want some curls.
I don't know what I think I'm doing, fanning with this bag, but.
That's like,
get your fan, I got my hand.
And it's like, I don't know why it took that long doing the simple ass beat that I could have done in like fucking 10 minutes, but you know, I like taking my time on makeup. I like it to be relaxing, you feel me?
As you see, I don't like taking my time. I get it over with.
We should do this more often. I feel like Patrick and Nikita.
Yes.
I'm Patrick. You can be Nikita.
Nikita a bad bitch. So.
Okay. So is Patrick. The fuck? Like, Patrick is a businesswoman. Like, I mean, they both are, but.
They both are. Nikita is a baddie. I'll be Nikita. I love that I have my period boobs going.
I don't get bigger boobs in my period.
I do, but I wish they stayed. Like, I want to go to the surgeon and be like, these are the ones I want. I need to stay. Give me a shot.
Okay, guys, that was our get ready with me and talking shit.
Comment down below and let us know what you think about women dating around.
Or just any bullshit we said.
Exactly.
Bye.